Hi. Sun Tzu, a confiscated figure often debated in identity, but widely accepted as a general, philosopher, and statesman of ancient China, and widely regarded to be the greatest military mind in history, having written the book on wartime politics, opens with the passage reading, "All warfare is based upon deception." Much like war, the principle never changes. In a game full of armored technicals, devastating mortars, and attack helicopters, the most effective means of combating the enemy is to simply allow them to believe they are alone. Today, I will teach you the gear you need and the strategies you can use to effectively infiltrate, attack, capture, and defend any objective to ultimately secure your team the win and evade the detection of your enemy. I'm Six Snipes, and this is 5 Minutes in SANDSTORM. Let's get started. Contrary to popular belief, when it comes to avoiding detection, your cosmetics of choice are not even close to as consequential as you would believe. I played a match with the brightest imaginable colors for every possible item, ugly digicamo uniform and gun, laser module, bright clean tracers, and a fucking skull trooper mask, and still managed to dominate players who were completely unaware of flanking and outmaneuvering on my part. The way you play and the kit you bring will carry you farther even if you're wearing a sign that says "kick me." Here's the important part about cosmetics. There are 3 ways to blend in: be security, pay for DLC uniforms, or suffer. Without access to some of the darker or more earthy tones exclusive to the Night Stalker, Rogue SOF, and Yeti sets, you as a terrorist will basically be stuck with largely Technicolor drip looking like you fresh out of a Chuck E. Cheese birthday party. Most people equip the darker color tracksuits and call it a day. Do not do this. Black is the least effective camouflage for daytime, and in my experience can be picked out from 100 meters away with nothing but irons consistently given the right conditions, i.e. if it's bright out. I like to use wolf gray in either a white or peach colored top because it looks closest to earth and is much harder to see from a distance. As security, basically don't use this shit, you're good. Anything else that makes your body look irregular in shape makes it that much harder to pick your profile out. Sadly, this mostly means ghillie suits that you have to pay for. However, once acquired and you're within remote proximity of grass, you will not be detectable by any conventional means. People commonly walk right over you, and it's basically down to your skill to do the rest.
How long you been sitting in this bush for? Tell me. You just sit here for hours? You're making a video. Can I be in your video?
Yes. Weapons camos are most definitely more cosmetic than practical. You don't need to change your black M24 into a woodland one to stay hidden, and it won't add enough to be worth the money. Something you can do is wear long sleeves or else blackout tattoos to disguise more obvious skin tones, or just be black. Finally, do not wear Technicolor glasses or goggles. Even in low visibility conditions, the glare is more than enough for me to identify people I would have otherwise never seen from so far away. When it comes to gameplay, for posturing, stick to a prone or crouched position at all times, as this both reduces your size as a target but also makes your aim and recoil control radically improved. If you think somebody is gonna run up on you, a quick drop to the floor will win you an engagement even with an inferior weapon virtually every time. If you're planning to take a position with proning all game, the bigger backpack makes it easier to pick you out. Sometimes I only see people because they're heavy carriers sticking out around the corner when they aren't. Other equipment that gives you away is lasers. They're okay in CQB as long as you don't have to wave them around, but they're very visible from all the way across the map and let snipers hone in on your location very fast. If you're going to pack anything, use a flash hider. The muzzle flash in a weapon gives you away even from the furthest distances on low-vis maps and can be seen through smoke. When in a static pose holding a position, avoid moving and turning excessively, as this moves your model the most and very easily registers to the human eye, which is naturally attuned to pick up motion. Sprinting everywhere is a surefire way to be seen in conditions where it would otherwise be impossible. Be conscious of where your weapon's barrel is. Plenty of times I wouldn't see someone if it wasn't for the fact that their shit was hanging out. When you kill enough people, they're going to know where you are. When someone comes for you, it's a good time to change positions. Alternatively, you can set up an ambush and collect far more kills on people thinking they're smart enough to catch you off guard. Indicators that you're doing your job right are random sprays of tracers towards your general location and people shitting on you in chat. Sound is more important than sight. A good player will know an enemy is approaching far before they're anywhere close to being in sight by listening. If you're a sniper, this means learning directional audio cues to find when someone you've killed before is trying to pull a sneaky on you. If you're pushing an objective, this means you'll have to slow down the approach because the defender who isn't moving at all will know a lot more about you and where you are than what you know about them. Running is audible from massive distances. Walking is still pretty obvious. Crouch walking and crawling can also be very noisy if there isn't enough gunfire to mask you. The only surefire way to stay completely silent is to slow walk. Use the default alt binding to move to a slow crawl but make absolutely no noise. Have fun surprising people. To avoid people hearing your character speak, cough, or cry out in pain, wear a gas mask which significantly muffles voice lines. If bullets are zipping around the corner, there's probably somebody watching it. If the bullets are followed up with a flashbang, there's probably somebody watching it. If your teammate gets shot as they round that corner, somebody's probably watching it. If somebody comes on the comms and says that they are coming for you, there's probably somebody watching it. Also, if you want to blend in, don't be a YouTuber. Suppressors are the end-all of stealth combat, but not where you think. In close quarters where they matter, they will reduce and confiscate the source of your audio report and result in enemy after enemy running in having no idea their team is getting shit smeared. This works especially with breacher weapons, as pistol calibers are the quietest and benefit most from suppressors. As a sniper far enough away from the action, there is nothing a can does that the flash hider won't do. Your main objective is to remove the far more obvious muzzle flash visible everywhere, as opposed to the gunshot that just blends in with all the other gunshots and explosions around you. If someone consciously decides to come and find your spot, a suppressor is not quiet enough to help you stay concealed. Drop it if it means you can take better gear. Tied away with a sniper? No. Ministry with an SMG? Absolutely.
Relax and take notes while I take totes of the marijuana smoke. Throw you in a choke, gun smoke, gun smoke. Biggie smoke for mayor, the rap slayer, the hooker layer. Motherfucker, stay a player.